The 2010 theme comes with a set of predefined header images that the user can choose from. But these images don't have anything to do with our site. Fortunately, we can remove the default header images and replace them with custom ones. This is done with the functions PHP file in our child theme. But unlike resizing the header image, we have to do a bit more work to replace the default image. That's because when WordPress loads the functions for the theme, it loads the functions for the child theme first and then the parent theme. In other words, if we simply duplicate the function that sets the default image in our child theme functions.php file, it'll be overridden by the parent theme and our changes won't work. To completely override the parent theme function, we have to first unhook the original images and then define new ones. In WordPress admin, you can see all the default images that come with 2010. There's 8 of them and they're quite nice, but like I said, they have nothing to do with our theme and we want to get rid of them. To do that, we need to create some new functions. So first, we'll go into our functions.php file under our theme and create a new function. It's simply called function, and then we give it a name, and the name is going to be remove 2010 headers, and then we can define the function within it. Now this function is going to unregister the default headers, and WordPress actually comes shipped with a function called unregister default headings. So all we have to do is find the name of the headers that we want to unregister and then put them in a list here, and they will be unregistered. And where is that list? Well, if we go to the 2010 folder and we look inside the functions.php file on line 135, we'll find the actual definitions for the default header images. You see here's the line 135, register default headers, and there we have berries, cherry blossom, concave, and 5 other ones. So what we want to do is simply say, unregister the first one, which is berries. So I'll copy berries with the single quotes, go into my function, create a new line, and just paste it in. Now I created a function, but I also have to make that function actually run. So I'm going to add an action. The action is going to be to run the function. So I'll say add action. And then we have to define when the action is going to run. The action is going to run after setup theme, which means it'll set up the entire theme first and then run the action. The action we are going to run is the one we just created above, so it's called remove 2010 headers. And finally, we're going to tell WordPress when to run it in the sequence. And since everything by default runs at 10, we're going to set it to 11. Now I just have to close the line, save it, and reload the admin page, and we should see one of the images disappear. And it did, so now we only have 7 images. Now we want to remove the rest of them, and instead of you watching me type all that code, I've created it in advance for you, so you can simply copy the function. You see it here in the child themes code snippets file. Simply copy function remove 2010 headers, go into Eclipse, and replace the function you just created with the new one. And here you see a list of berries, cherry blossom, concave, fern, forest floor, inkwell, path, and sunset. You also notice that this is now an array, which means it's a list of items. If you just simply list them out, it won't actually work. We can save that, reload the admin page again, and now all the images are gone. Now, of course, now we don't have any images, so we need to define some new ones. But before we can do that, we need to add new images to our theme. So let's go to our child theme folder, create a new folder, call it images, and then go to the exercise files, navigate to assets, and then copy these 2 files, HP main generic and HP main generic thumb, and copy them over into the images folder. Now that we have the images in our theme, we can call them. And we're going to do that using the same function that the functions file from 2010 uses. The function is simply called register default headers, and you can actually just copy out this code and change the address. But because we're using a child theme, you have to make some subtle changes, and therefore I've already pre-packaged this code for you. If we go back to the code snippets file, you can simply copy out the code here and paste it into Eclipse under your action. Now, if we look closely at this, you'll see what's going on. We register a default header image. We have an array, because we can register more than one. We give that default header a name, the new cool, and then inside we define where the main image is, or the URL. And here's what I was talking about. You see %s actually points to 2010. So what we need to do is go into 2010 then jump back one folder, and then jump into the new cool folder, and then images, and then the main image. Then we define the thumbnail image, same thing, and then we finally give it a description. If I now save this code and reload admin, you'll see we now have a new default image here. We can select it, save changes, reload the page, and we now have a default image. Now, of course, this default image is a bit weird, so we can go back to our exercise files and our theme folder, go into images, copy over an image that actually has a logo in it, delete the HP main generic file, and rename our new file HP main generic. And when we now reload the page, you'll see that image has changed again. Having removed the default header images and replaced them with our own default image, you now have a completely customized header without any of the stock content shipped with the 2010 theme. Your child theme is now completely different from your parent theme.